One of my main problems with Predator Sense is how sensitive it is. Funny, right? It's called Predator Sense. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Acer, if you own an Acer, if you don't own an Acer, if you're thinking about owning an Acer, if you have thoughts, contemplations, or maybe you're going through the same thing that I'm going through with an Acer, this is probably for you. Acer Predator Helios 18, to be more specific, i9, so on and so on. You know the deal. I've done a video of the unboxing for this laptop. I've done a video of the difference in size between this laptop, the 18 Helios, and the Acer Predator 300. Acer Predator 300 is still my favorite one out of the series. It's a shame it did not come with USB-C DP, but this one does. The Helios 18 does. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about a particular feature that I'm not a particular big fan of, Predator Sense. And I don't know if anyone from Acer is watching this. I don't know if anyone from Acer actually cares, but this is my frustration, right? Predator Sense in itself is not a feature that is needed for this laptop. Predator Sense is more like a gimmicky feature. You can control your RGB lighting at the back bar, this bar over here, which now we'll get into it, right? You're probably wondering, why is it blue? Why am I not a creative person? Why have I not, done things to it? But we'll get to that. The keyboard also RGB lighting. Predator Sense controls all of that. If you have Predator Sense, you more or less know what Predator Sense brings. It tells you the heat of the overall device, CPU, GPU system, all of that. In my opinion, do you need Predator Sense on your laptop? No, you don't. Is Predator Sense a gimmick? Yes, it is. One of my main problems with Predator Sense is how sensitive it is. Funny, right? It's called Predator Sense. Why is it so sensitive? And I'll explain. If your laptop needs an update, if NVIDIA needs an update, Predator Sense will act funny. If any of the Windows apps need updates, Predator Sense will act funny. If the system needs an update, Predator Sense will act funny. And that's the reason why this bar here is blue. Because normally, in my settings, it's meant to be red and green. But now it's blue. It usually means that you need an update. The problem with this is you have to manually go and find the update. Predator Sense, to me, is extremely frustrating because here you have such an expensive, piece of equipment. I had to save a lot of money to buy this equipment, and you have an application like Predator Sense that's just absolutely trash. I don't understand why it's this sensitive. If NVIDIA needs an update, Predator Sense will not work. If Windows needs an update, it will not work. If any of the apps need an update, it will not work. You will be stuck with a Predator Sense on your laptop that does not work. And it is extremely frustrating because something like this, sorry guys, mosquitoes. Something like this should run perfectly fine, right? If you open Predator Sense, you will see that you have the little man in the middle. Sometimes you open Predator Sense and he's not there. That just means that something's wrong, basically. It's that sensitive. Something is wrong, it's that sensitive. And that's not the problem. I don't mind updates, but at least tell me what needs to be updated, man. Tell me what needs to be updated. Tell me what it is that is wrong, that way I can fix it. A couple of people have a couple of remedies. Fine, we'll go through the remedies together. We said already one, you need to update the system. You need to update everything in the system. You need to update the apps. You need to update NVIDIA. You need to update the drive. Everything needs to be updated. And if that doesn't work, here's the best part. You need to uninstall Predator Sense and then reinstall Predator Sense. Why do I need to uninstall it, then reinstall it? What was it that caused it to stop working in the first place? What was it that caused it to not function in the first place. I wish they could just, I wish Acer could just tell us. I wish Predator Sense could just tell us, but it doesn't. So you have to troubleshoot all of these things, and it's such a useless feature for such an expensive device. Uninstall Predator Sense, reinstall Predator Sense, and for some reason it worked for like a week, but then it stopped working because it needed an update. And it's just like, what a terrible feature Predator Sense is. It's such a terrible feature. The Acer Predator is such a great series. In terms of power, I don't know anything that can compete with it. In terms of graphics, I don't know anything that can compete with it. This thing is an absolute gem. But then Predator Sense comes along and it just fumbles. Predator Sense just fumbles. If you're going to give us an update, give us an update. But then don't let the update work for like 2 days and then it crashes. Predator Sense crashes. A lot of people out there, they've got Predator Sense and it doesn't work. A lot of people have Predator Sense and it doesn't work, and they're tired of updating it. They're tired of installing and uninstalling it. So with the new updates, Acer tells you that Predator Sense is now controlled by Windows because Windows now control RGBs. Why do we have Predator Sense if Windows is now in control of the RGB? Why? So I'll explain. The lighting, this lighting here, the lighting on the keyboard, Acer is now telling us that Windows is now in control of this. So if Windows is in control of it, why do we have Predator updates? Why do we have Predator Sense updates? It doesn't make sense. But wait, there's more. So if you go onto Microsoft and you look at dynamic lighting devices, which is what that notification was. That notification was to tell us that Windows, Microsoft is now in control of RGB. If you go onto the Microsoft website and you look at dynamic lighting devices, you will note that Acer is not one of them. So therefore, the Acer Predator cannot be controlled by Microsoft because it's not on the list of devices that Windows and Microsoft can control. So what was the point of telling us that RGB has now moved to Microsoft Windows? What was the point? What is the point of having Predator Sense if Predator Sense is controlled by a third party and that third party doesn't list Acer Predator as one of its devices? Acer is partnering with Windows on dynamic lighting. More details to come. Why couldn't we just go back to when we had the Predator 300? It was perfectly fine. It had a different version of Predator Sense, let me put it that way. But then why couldn't we just use that version of it instead of this version of it? This version that constantly needs updates. This version that constantly fails. This version that tells you, oh, Microsoft now controls RGB lighting. It's no longer Predator Sense. But then when we head over to Microsoft, Acer Predator is not one of them. It's just Razers and Asuses. What's the point? What's the point, Acer? What's the point of Predator Sense? What's the point? If every time you want to use it, it doesn't work. It's not working for me right now. The last update was literally today. Today was literally the more recent update that I've had. No update required. Predator Sense still doesn't work, even though no update required. And so, for such an amazing device, it is such a powerful laptop. The Helios 18 is such a powerful laptop. It is insane to me that Predator Sense is so trash. Imagine a Ferrari Daytona with really, really horrible interior. Imagine that. Imagine a Ferrari Daytona with really, really horrible interior. That's what this laptop is. That's what Predator Sense is. Predator Sense is really, really horrible interior. You can still drive the Daytona. The Daytona is very, very powerful. But good God, man, that interior is just trash. Acer, please do something about Predator Sense. Please do something about Predator Sense, Acer. It's such a useless feature. Even when you're looking for an update, there is no update. So why doesn't Predator Sense work? If this is the up-to-date update, If this is the up-to-date version, why doesn't Predator Sense work? Oh, because you have to install it and then you have to uninstall it and then install it again. What are you talking about? This thing is so expensive. Why does it require me to uninstall and then install? What are you talking about? Oh, you have to go look for updates. Why do I have to look for updates? Just tell me what you need and then I'll get it done. But yeah, there you go, guys. Quick update. It's been, I don't know how many months it's been since I bought this laptop, but Predator Sense has been annoying. There is a bit of screen bleeding, although I cannot confirm that it is screen bleeding in truth, because it does this weird thing where if I plug it into the power cord, it bleeds on one side of the screen. I don't know how plugging it into the adapter makes it bleed. It's weird, but there's days when it's already plugged into the adapter and there's no screen bleeding. Like right now, screen is perfectly fine. So I'm not sure what's going on with the screen. I'm not sure if it's screen bleeding. I'm not sure if it's something to do with the software. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's still one of my favorite devices. It's not let me down so far. Blender works on it, Fruity Loops works on it, CapCut works on it, Streamlabs works on it, Premiere Pro works on it, all the video games work on it, Cyberpunk, you can name them. I'm jamming to them on this thing all the time. But Predator Sense is a bitch, and whoever works at Acer needs to do something about Predator Sense, because man, it's such a letdown. That's it for me, man. I'm out.